Yeah, hi Aoife, how are things?
Hi.
2 years ago in Edinburgh against Scotland, real tough day for this team. You were obviously early on in your international career at that stage. Is that a game that's been kind of referred to this week, or kind of slate clean?
Probably not, to be honest. Just because of like the nature of it. Like, we have a completely new coaching team now, and we've had quite a big turnaround, like in terms of players. But definitely, like, there are girls there from that time, and like we could have said the same about going over to Parma or going to Wales. Like, we lost all of them games 2 years ago. So no, we haven't really spoken about it, to be honest. We're just kind of, I suppose, just trying to focus on ourselves and where we are now and how we can build on performances each week.
2 years on from that, how much more confident are you as a player?
Yeah, a lot more. Like, I'm very different now. Just especially of how the nature of how the campaign went 2 years ago. It was our last game. We'd lost every game, and I was 19. That was my first Six Nations. So I'm in a very different place now, thankfully.
Dennis was in earlier on talking about how, like, as good as a 40-14 win away from home was at the weekend, there were a lot of stuff that you weren't too pleased with. What were the things that you've been working on this week?
Probably just, to be honest, like, our probably execution of our roles and stuff around the pitch weren't good enough at times, and sometimes it's not even a skill piece, it's a mindset. And like, Wales had, I don't know how many turnovers they had, but they really tested us at the breakdown. That's probably where we weren't good enough. So that's been a huge focus for us this week. And just we probably left a good few scores out there, especially in that second half. So if we can execute them against Scotland, we'll be happy.
We saw it against Wales that, like, they really came after you early on in
Yeah.
the game. Because Ireland have improved a good bit over the last couple of years, do you think teams are kind of looking at you a little bit differently now that they are looking to kind of come out and try rattle you maybe early on?
Yeah, probably. Like, the coaches have said it, we've kind of lost that element of surprise now, and we don't tend to shock teams anymore, like when we put out a good performance. But like, we're well prepared going into them games, and especially going over to Wales. Like, they're very passionate about their rugby, and you know, they're a fiery bunch, and they're a good team as well. Like, they've been through quite a difficult time, and with their new head coach now, like, they'll start progressing quite rapidly, I'd say. But yeah, I think we're well prepared going into the game, so we do know kind of what's coming, I suppose.
And are you comfortable with that now, the fact that you're not going there to shock anybody? You know, there's no real secrets around Ireland anymore.
Yeah, it's probably just like dealing with pressure and stuff. Like, I think, as the coach said, we've earned the right to go over there and, you know, not be afraid to say that we want to win and we want to put big scores up against teams. And yeah, I suppose that's it, really.
Thanks, Aoife.
Thank you.
How are you feeling yourself this week? It's been a long campaign.
Yeah, it's been a long campaign, but I'm fine. Thankfully, I'm in one piece, so I've made it through the hard stuff, I'd say.
The away games obviously have been great wins and great support, but how's it for you going away and then, I suppose, again facing the last game against Scotland?
Yeah, I think we're really excited. You know, we've targeted all the away games. We've a pretty, over the last 5 years, probably quite a bad away record. So we want to kind of try rewrite that narrative, I suppose, and hopefully get a win at the weekend.
The green wave is changing.
Yes.
Also, speaking of sport, there's been great, like, Irish support at the away games. Like, there's huge pockets. Even there in Wales weekend, you could hear the Irish crowd.
Yeah, it's so exciting, and like, it's so nice when you walk out and for the national anthem, you see all your parents out there and friends in the stands, and it does make a big difference. And especially at the home game against England in Cork a couple of weeks ago, like, it was like everything, like, just everything we did was supported by this, like, wave of noise, and something we're probably not as used to, the big crowds and stuff. So yeah, it's really exciting.
I've noticed this year especially that social media has become a really important part. Like, I've seen a lot of you, like, posting behind the scenes of, you know, day in the life and kind of bringing us all with you to show us maybe a bit of what it's like in camp. And how important do you think maybe now the social media is when it comes to playing?
Yeah, I
not
think.
in terms of, like, the
Yeah.
matches, but, you know, in terms of kind of building the profile and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be big into that. I'm not very good at that. But I think for some of the girls, like, it's just what they enjoy, and they like putting their personalities out there. And we've so many, like, just funny people who, like, people wouldn't even know they existed. So I think it's a chance, like, just for girls to put themselves out there and kind of not just grow the game, but, like, put themselves out there, and it's what they enjoy, so they should do it.
What's your go-to music?
Oh God, I don't know. I don't know. Probably just something upbeat.
Good luck with it.
What's it like readjusting to that new mindset now? As you mentioned, 2 years ago you went over and didn't win, but like this new mindset of you're going to Edinburgh, and you're looking for that win and you're looking for hopefully putting up a big score too.
Yeah, I think like we can go over there with confidence. We've had 2 wins out of 4 now, and we've put in some good performances. But at the same time, like as you said, 2 years ago, we lost over there, and just like with the nature of it, this is the last game. They're at home. They've 1 win, so they'll come out all guns a blazing at the start, and we just have to be ready for that.
And for you, like you're so young still, like so how much more do you feel is even to come from you, Aoife, or is that hard to kind of say that like?
I don't know. I just try to like take it game by game and just keep getting better. As you said, like I'm still really young, and like from where I was when I came into where I am now, I am very different, and it's probably thanks to the girls around me and the coaches. They just kind of push me to be better every day, especially with the nature of like my position. The girls I compete with, they're very good, and I suppose I kind of learn off them a bit, and they are that bit older than me, so yeah, I think it just makes you a better player.
And you've shown you can do both, like the attack, the defence. There was one stage, you got a great tackle against one of the Welsh players. I can't remember who now. But is there any particular side that you prefer? Like, do you because you're such a great defender as well?
Oh God, I don't know. I don't know. I suppose I just like doing both. I'm just happy to be out there starting, to be honest, or whether I'm on the bench or whatever my role is that weekend. I'm just happy to do it.
Anything particular about Scotland then that you'd be particularly wary of?
No, they're a very good team, and like they pushed us to the final whistle last year in Belfast as well. They probably came away from that game thinking that they left that one behind them. They have a really good back line, and their forwards are well used to each other, good strong pack. So they're just a well organised, well drilled team. And they do have a bit of firepower in the back 3 and stuff, so we'll definitely be aware of that coming into it.
I suppose Aoife, at the end of the game, obviously you got player of the match, and obviously you got a very early try as well. Is that kind of up there, kind of one of the best performances you feel you've given in Ireland shirt so far?
I don't know, probably. To be honest, I wouldn't really put too much emphasis on like player of the match for myself or anything. There's a lot of girls who do a lot of kind of the unseen work, kind of around the breakdown and stuff, and they never really get credit for it. So I think to be honest, I think it was just on the back of a really good team performance out in Italy, and we kind of we want to put that out there again this weekend.
Yeah, and I guess the kind of team performance produced that day is kind of the bar, kind of what you want to set, I suppose, this weekend.
Definitely.
Going forward as well.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, to be honest, we had it out in Wales. It was just probably just our error count was a bit high, and especially around the breakdown, like we lost way too many ball, and that was how they got their entries into our half and stuff. So yeah, that's probably something we've had to fix this weekend and put a lot of emphasis on.
I know you've had a couple of centre partners so far. Obviously, last day was Enya Green, before that Eve Higgins. So how do you find playing the 2 of them? It's kind of good to have a bit of variety with who you're playing with against the games as well.
Yeah, they're 2 brilliant players, and like the 3 of us have been very interchangeable over the last couple of games, and in WXV as well. So yeah, I think, as I said, like I've learned so much from them, and they've kind of forced me to be a better player, probably unknowns to themselves. So yeah, it's good.